Hello there, and welcome to episode, where are we, 22? Yeah, we're 22 now, of Ilum Radio. I am your host, David Bird Madison. With me always is my wonderful co-host and good friend, and also awesome cosplayer, Millie. How are we doing tonight, Millie?
Pretty good.
So right now,
yeah.
Right now it is November 21st, the week of Thanksgiving.
Indeed.
But we're still going to bring you some fresh new takes on episode 11 of Andor, which we're almost there. We are almost there at the end of this whole thing. So with that said, where do we start off? Oh yeah, Marva passed away.
We're just gonna
go into it. It's the beginning of it. Let's get into it.
I mean, the very beginning was them, Melshi and Andor escaping.
True. So, yeah, we could close enough. We could start there. Yeah.
Whatever.
So these poor bastards. Not only do they have to jump out from where they were and land in water, now they had to climb an effing cliff and chill there for like a bit, like a long effing time.
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
Yeah.
And Melshi's like, I don't think I can hold on. Like, don't tell me they're leaving. Like, and again, it's kind of.
I was wondering how they were going to go off of Narcana 5.
I'm a little surprised. I don't know why, but I'm a little surprised Narcana 5 even had continents or any type of land. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why, but I thought Narcana 5, because they're on the prison in the middle of the ocean. I thought it was an ocean planet, much like Camino for a little bit, or Mon Calamari. But
I guess so. Yeah.
How far do you think they swam to get to land?
Beats me.
Because if you think about it, that prison had to
beats me.
That prison really.
I mean, it could have been like on an island. Like, think of it like as an island.
Right.
Then think of it as like an island, and then several hundred meters, kilometers, whatever. How much longer it is until they get to land.
Fair.
You saw it before that they I guess got off of a beachy area, so could have been an island across from that beach.
True. That's true.
We saw last episode.
That's true.
So before, yeah. I never really thought about it. I was like, oh, hey, they've escaped, and now they found a quad jumper from Force Awakens.
Yeah, I love that little callback.
Same model too.
So when they said quad jumper, I'm like, why does that sound familiar? Why? And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh shit, we'll take the quad jumper.
I know my sequel ships.
Yeah.
I know my sequel ships.
Yeah, you do.
Wait a minute, quad jumper. You mean the same quad jumper on Jakku that Rey and Finn found, but then it blew to smithereens? That same quad jumper? Now, I don't know if it was the same exact one, but it was definitely the same model quad jumper.
Right. I mean...
Who knows? Maybe it could have been the same quad jumper.
Yeah, it's Star Wars. It probably was, maybe, in somebody's lore. But it was cool. Okay, so... I like that scene when they found the quad jumper, because one, we get to see what a native Narkina looks like, right? And they are not fans of the Empire either, and I guess the Empire completely destroyed the world, their planet, doing
quote, they destroyed our land or something.
Yep, there's they destroyed our land, they destroyed our water, they poisoned our water.
Poisoned our water hole.
But, a lot of fans have been complaining about where's all the aliens?
Yeah, there were no aliens in that prison, so Then you see these aliens outside of Narcana 5, of the Narcana 5 prison areas. So, like, there are alien species on that planet, but I don't know.
So
Clearly, they hate the Empire as much as the prisoners do. So, like, um, maybe they'd rather, like, imprison humans than aliens because they don't care enough about aliens? Is that why?
I think, and it seems like an imperial thing to do. We're still assuming that in the prison they're building parts for the Star Destroyer, right?
Hmm.
So maybe in their minds they're like, there's no way in hell we're gonna have some alien species touch the parts for our Star Destroyer. We'll just have human prisoners build and do the Star Destroyer. Like, the aliens, we can send the aliens anywhere else. It's fine. You know, we'll send them to some other prison where they can do some messed up gulag stuff. But to build our coveted our coveted Death Star, no, we're having humans do it. And like the prison's like super clean and cleanly. So again, the Imperials in their minds, maybe aliens can't be that clean. Like they are pretty xenophobic, like very xenophobic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we're not on Marquina for too long, much after.
No.
But it's
I do want to say fun fact before not talk about the same. Apparently, one of the native Narcana 5 aliens voiced and possibly portrayed by Mike Quinn, who is well known for voicing, or not voicing, but being like in the suit for Nine in like all like the Star Wars media.
Really?
He's also a puppeteer, so it makes a lot of sense.
Huh.
Yeah, I follow Mike Quinn on Instagram, and he posted about him being in that episode of Andor as Narcana 5. He hasn't acted in Star Wars since The Rise of Skywalker, so that's really nice to see.
I was just looking something up really quick, like, so I just realized that there's a quad jumper and these weird looking Narcana 5 creatures.
Yes.
And then Unkar Plot on Jakku. I wanted to see if they were the same species, but they are not.
They're not, no. I would have noticed right away if they were the same species as Unkar. Yeah. As a sequel fan, obviously.
I mean, they're similar, but they're not. He's a Kroluti. Oh, born 16 years the battle before Yen. Cool. But that's dope, though. Like, that's pretty dope.
Wait, what? When was?
16 years before the Battle of Yavin.
16 BBY?
Yep.
Why does that year sound so significant to me?
So before the Battle of Yavin, that was Fallen Order. I mean, I think they like to keep the dates very round and even. So
yeah.
He was born when Cal Kestis was running around doing like his stuff from the sound of it.
What Cal Kestis is doing at this point in time.
I mean,
we don't even know if he's alive still because we
haven't
seen the events of in game.
That's true. Like he probably like
a few years after Fallen Order.
He probably like dies in Jedi Survivor.
God, I hope not.
Me too.
I hope not. God, I just want him to be like Ezra and just either disappear or like go in hiding.
Same. Or
Ezra's still alive, clearly. Well, I mean, not clearly, but we know he's still around.
I mean, they got a live action actor to play him, so we know he's something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's something. Yeah.
So yeah, Marva passed away, which sucks.
I called it. Yeah, I called that Marva was gonna pass, and I did also call that is how Cassian was gonna return home.
You did.
I was right.
You did. You
I was
called it.
right about that,
Mm-hmm.
and was also right about the Empire finding this out also
Mm-hmm.
in a way, and them also going to the funeral. So I also called that. So yeah, I called a lot of things this episode. My goodness. Ooh,
What that whole
wild.
scene, it did several things. That whole like Marva passing away, that whole subject. One, it makes you feel really bad about B2 emo. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
BTO was so in denial. Like
he was.
it broke my heart hearing the dialogue.
Well, and
Oh Lord.
it's a thing with the droids that they don't really cover too much, except for maybe they covered it
Joe.
in the Rise of Skywalker with BB-8 and Fudge. Poe Dameron is a lot
Oh
of the
yeah.
time some of these droids are like pets to these people, and or they treat them
Yeah.
as much. They're sentient. They have personality. They have fears
Yeah.
and things. And like when B2 emo goes, I don't want to be alone. I want Marva. It's like ooh, it's like imagine your dog thinking the same thing or saying the same thing if you like,
Mm.
right? Like I don't want to be alone. I want my human. It just made me so sad for that poor little red robot. And so here's the thing: Marva passed away. Do you think she knew? She knew she was dying,
Yes, absolutely. She 100% knew.
and in one of the last episodes, she was getting medication, but she refused to take it. Why is that? Like, why would she want to pass away? It's weird. I don't know. It's like I don't know if it has anything to do with Andor coming
Possibly
back.
for someone to continue her legacy of starting a rebellion.
Yeah, maybe. It was just like odd and like not odd, just interesting. Like she just like almost let herself pass away. Um, and it just sucked. Like when they're bringing her out, like you see like not BB, like a B2
I mean,
emo.
she does love sacrifices.
She does.
He saw her with like sacrificing everything for like Cassian or Casa at the very beginning, and kind of saw how her husband died so
We haven't.
early on.
And you know what's interesting is that we have seen almost everyone else in this series. I don't know if it has, and I don't know what this has to do with any of it, but we have seen almost every other character in this series die on screen, except
Yeah.
for Clem and Marva. They're the only two characters
Yeah.
we have not seen pass away on screen.
Actually,
The Garrison, we saw
in
them
that
all die.
flashback,
No, they never show him
a
die.
flash. Oh God.
We see the dad go out into the crowd, and the stormtroopers turn around.
Yeah.
Then we see his body hanging. We assume that the stormtroopers didn't kill him. He was actually hung in the square. We see all that, but we don't
Why do
see
they
him
not
die.
someone behind both of their killings
Or
we didn't see?
they possibly faked their deaths. Maybe, who knows?
Okay, that's a big stretch. Um,
Like maybe honestly, could be a coincidence. It could very well be a coincidence that we didn't see them both die on screen. But it's just like these are the only two
it's
people.
very odd they don't show it to us.
Right.
Well, at least Marva dying. I mean, we don't know much about Clem. We only saw him in that one scene. But Marva's a main character. Why would she die off screen?
Right. And between episodes, she didn't even die in an episode.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the whole weird thing about it, which I don't understand. Again, could be a coincidence. I am probably reaching really far with this. but
Thing killed.
every other character in this show we have seen die on screen except for these two, and maybe Kino. So I'm assuming Kino is alive.
Yeah, we don't know what happened with Kino there. He just disappeared also.
Yeah, he stayed there, like on the
Stayed behind. He's wrong about him being interrogated. I mean, he could still well be interrogated off screen, but nothing.
So that scene, that scene gave us a bit. We got to see how emotionally attached B2 Emo is to Margot, or was. And the poor guy didn't even want to leave the apartment or leave the house.
No.
You should stay. And he just didn't want to leave. I'm charging. You've been sitting there all day. It's just such a sad little. You're right. He was in denial. He didn't want to leave. Poor little guy. Senta's still there. We knew that, but she's working at the bar.
Yep.
Monitoring and,
As I suspected.
Yep.
There as before.
So is the I guess the ISB guy is drinking there every single freaking day.
Also spying on her as well, being suspicious. As far as I know. I'm pretty sure he knows about her deal.
You think?
She's spying. I think so.
I mean, I know he was asking her questions, but I don't know if it was just like basic questions. I don't know. You're probably right. You've been right this whole time.
I know, right?
You've been right this whole time. You're probably right.
I've been writing about a lot of things this season, so yeah.
What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like this scene also constantly shows us like how far ahead Deidre thinks with certain stuff. Because the other ISB guys are like, they want to close down the street and have like a funeral. Obviously, they're not going to get it, but they'll have complaints. She's like, no, and she gets upset. She's like, no, let them have their funeral, because Andor is going to come. I feel like she wanted to say, let them have the funeral because Andor will be there. You stupid fucks. Like let them do their thing so we can get the guy we effing want.
Yep.
But yeah, it's because now it tells us several things, because it kind of leads into like the next scene. That means now, and we talked about this before, several episode 12 is obviously going to be the funeral, we're assuming.
Yeah, 100%. No, it has to be like the big main thing that brings everyone together, pretty much.
Right.
Except for Mon Mothma and Luthen.
Right. We know that Val's going to be there. Obviously, because she was talking to Clea in Luthen's shop, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna have a funeral. I leave in the morning, all that good stuff." So we know she's gonna be there, obviously, and the Empire's gonna be there as well, probably with Deidre, because why?
And Cyril, don't forget, because
and
Cyril also found
Cyril.
out.
That's
also,
right.
the guy who told him is the guy from episode 1.
Oh, the sergeant. I have it right
sergeant.
here. Sergeant Mosk. Yep, Sergeant Mosk.
Mosk. He's back, baby.
I like Mosk so damn much, dude.
He's also still employed.
Yeah. I mean, he probably doesn't have the best job, but he's still employed, yes.
Like Cyril, but he has his other job now and got promoted.
So, do you think that, because Cyril's going to go to Ferrix, we know this.
Yes. Also didn't see Death Troopers yet.
That's true. They were in the trailer. I forgot about that.
Deidre was right behind, right in front of him, so they're going to be on Ferrix.
Do you think Deidre's going to kill Cyril on Ferrix?
I mean, if he tries to intervene, yes. I don't know. We'll see.
Because, I don't know. I don't know what Cyril's, big plan is, honestly, because,
I mean, his big goal is to, and Andor. That's his whole goal.
But he couldn't do that when he had a bunch of dudes with him. That's what I mean.
I don't think he's going to rely on the Empire much, especially considering what was going on with him and Deidre and how Deidre doesn't want to deal with him.
But that's
So
but that's what I mean though. He's gonna be by himself trying to get Andor. He couldn't do it
yeah,
with a
so you're gonna
team.
have two parties. Technically three if you want to count Vale,
Yep.
because Vale has her own. Vale and Luthen have their own agendas and stuff. So three parties trying to look for hunt down Cassian Andor. Like,
I honestly don't think Belle's gonna kill Cassian. I don't think she is.
no, I'm not saying she's gonna kill him. I'm saying all there's three parties involved that's trying to find Cassian.
No, I'm saying like in general. I think she's gonna
But
come like see
I don't
him
think she's gonna kill him.
and tell him, "Yo, you gotta go. Like, I have a mission to kill you. You gotta bounce. You gotta be out, son." I think she's gonna tell him to get out. And Cinta might want to kill Cassian. I think that's gonna be the crux
Vale
of
and
this.
Cinta.
Because like, there's no like, I think they're gonna have a little argument about that. And what's the deal with Bix? Not Bix.
I mean, Bix is really
Bix is
bad shape. Yeah.
But what's the deal with like Clea and Vel? Because they really don't
Yeah,
like each other.
they knew each other already. I mean, it's their connections with Luthen, I'm assuming. So.
Do you possibly think, and it's a stretch, that Clea and Vel were an item prior to all this?
Oh, I had my suspicions ever since they first met in that train station.
Yeah.
No, I'll say train station because that's what it essentially is. I think I joked about that too, like, oh, they're bitter exes.
They definitely argue like they do. They gotta be the way they argue. I mean, they probably aren't, but they gotta be.
I mean, yes, into now it's all good. Hopefully. God.
So, there's a specific scene / image I want to discuss.
Yes.
That kind of makes you wonder about who Clea really is now. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So Luthen goes to visit Saw Gerrera, right?
Huh.
And he's gonna go tell him about the whole thing with Krieger and all that shit, right?
Oh, okay.
And then we have one of the guards. He searches Luthen, and he finds what possibly looks like a lightsaber.
No, okay. At first, like when I was first watching that scene, I legit thought it was a telescope. Like, but then I realized, like, why would he bring a telescope with him unless it was a weapon? And we all did see Luthen like collect Sith and Jedi artifacts, as well as collecting like Starkiller's Sith armor and a Jedi Temple Guard helmet. So, man, the Force sensitive former Jedi Luthen theories
Getting closer.
becoming more real? Question mark.
Like if you look at the screen and you look at what the guard is holding, it looks like it looks very similar to like Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
I mean, it could be a very, very, very old lightsaber from like
True.
Old Republic.
True.
He could just own, I guess. But then why would he have a kyber crystal?
It could maybe
He
the kyber
still
crystal
has
can go into that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, why would he carry one? And also, ship. Like, we'll get to his ship, but like his ship, it does like the Darth Maul thing, where it shoots like, not shoots, but it's they act as like lightsaber blades, and they like slice those TIE fighters, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's related.
It might be. So here's my whole, and this is why I think also it's all related to that. All related to that. So he looks like he's holding a lightsaber.
I want to hear your Clea thing, because like, I mean, we all suspected Luthen is like a former Jedi or former temple guard. What's your thoughts on Clea's mysterious past?
What if Clea was his Padawan?
That's a. I was actually just thinking about that when you mentioned like Mon Mothma and how her and not Mon Moth, how Vale and Clea knew each other. I don't know. Maybe they knew each other during the Clone Wars. I don't know.
Maybe. They
It
probably
was
knew each other as
maybe
kids.
around during the Clone Wars.
Like maybe.
Considering she's Mon Mothma's cousin and she was very involved with the Republic during the Clone Wars, and we all saw that. So I don't know.
Maybe Luthen was assigned to their planet for a little bit, and or did a mission
Maybe.
there. And what if, also, because they know each other so
I mean,
well,
wait. If she was, hold on. If she was like, how many years before? I don't know if she looks old enough to be Padawan. Then again, like,
she looks young enough to be a Padawan. She could have been. She doesn't look
I
much
mean,
older
if
than
if
Cassian.
only we knew her birth date. I feel like that would be. Did we know Luthen's birth date actually?
Let's find out. Let me look real quick.
Actually, this might help. I don't know. I don't know if Wikipedia has ever. I don't think they did. I could be wrong though.
Let's find out. Luthen Rel. It doesn't say.
This does not say.
Nope, it doesn't say at all.
Ah, dang it. Okay. No, nothing for Clea. I'm assuming either, since there's nothing for Luthen.
By 5 BBY. Yeah, they're talking already about this with Clea. Nothing. There's nothing about it.
I wonder how long he's been doing this sort of thing.
For a while.
Maybe that's a hint.
So he says it to Saw. He says it to Saw. He's like, what? We'll get rid of like the connection we've been cultivating for years. So, they're the ISB guy, his spy. They got him in there pretty early, I would say, at least 5 to 10 years prior.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably been in this for at least 10 years, I want to say.
We all know 10 years ago. This is Andor we're talking about. So 10 years ago. 10 years before Andor
was Fallen Order time. And Clea, let me see how old Clea. Let me see the details about how old Clea is. Give me a second.
How old is her actress actually? Because we kind of did figure out the age of kind of figured out how Reva was a former Padawan because of the actress's age.
Elizabeth Dulau. You're right, we did. IMDb.
If she's like 30, she could be playing a teen. I don't know. She could be playing like a 20-year-old who's a former Padawan.
See full bio. Does not say when she was born on IMDb.
Wikipedia?
Let me see Wikipedia. I was looking at the actress's age.
Wikipedia, not Wikipedia. It's weird.
Wikipedia.
Should always say a birthday for these actors.
Come on, give me something. Give me something. I'm not seeing anything so far.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
so far I'm not seeing
surprising.
anything. But if we look at the character Clea, let me see how old. Let's see if it says how old Clea is.
Thought you said there wasn't a birthday.
There wasn't one for Luthen.
Birth year.
Doesn't say how old Clea is either.
Darn
Huh.
it.
So how old is the actress?
That's a spit.
It won't even tell us
Did I want to know how old is the actress?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at before. It wouldn't even tell us how old she was.
What's the actress's name? I wanna look too.
Her name is Elizabeth Dulau. Elizabeth Dulau.
Elizabeth. D-U what?
Dulau.
D-U-L-A-U. Oh, I see. Okay.
I bet the comments are going nuts right now, putting all this stuff. You idiot! She's this old. God damn it! You
Let's
guys
see.
suck.
I know nothing on IMDb.
Right?
Huh. Interesting. Here, hold on. This third link here.
Come on, give me something.
BA in acting degree. Interesting. Year of graduation 2020.
She was born in 1995.
College.
She is 27 years old.
Oh, okay.
So if she's the same age as she is as the character, and we are 15 years into this, that means...
Where did you find this information?
Celebs.filmfeed.com.
And she's 27. Okay.
That means
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
That means she was 12 when Order 66 happened. Come on.
It's the right age for a Padawan.
Come on.
Yo. Okay, I'm convinced. Yep. Love this elevation. I hope we're right about that as well. We were right about Rev being a former Padawan.
We were.
Why not?
And come on, look, it's right there.
Like,
the saber. Come on.
Yeah, man.
Like, what else can that be? And also,
I really want that to be a lightsaber.
The other theory I had is, what if he served with Saw Gerrera during the Clone Wars?
That's possible. He was around.
There's a line he says to Saw when they're talking about like giving up Krieger.
Alright, can I say something?
Shoot.
Can we see Luthen in Bad Batch, please?
Wait, what?
We saw Saw Gerrera showed up in Bad Batch, remember?
That's true.
If he shows up again in Clone Wars, and maybe we can see their meetup for the first time.
Maybe.
Maybe they already knew each other before, like during the era, like the early Imperial era, because you know that's the whole point of the Bad Batch is like the aftermath of Order 66 and like the rise of the Empire, which we're basically seeing the peak height of the Empire at this point. So like, I don't know, maybe we could see Luthen in animated form.
I mean,
it'd be pretty cool.
It's also possible that Luthen was a Jedi, brought like a garrison of clones to Saw Gerrera's world as well, and he led a garrison there. Like, we're just assuming he's just a temple guard. He could easily have been like a Jedi, a master Jedi.
Oh yeah, I think he's I'd believe he was Force sensitive for sure. Mm-hmm. Considering the Imperials did suspect Cassian of being Force sensitive, and I know the Empire was looking for Luthen.
Right.
So, if the Empire was right, maybe they suspected the wrong person being Force sensitive, and maybe Luthen. He has like Kyber crystal. He has Jedi and Sith artifacts randomly, including a Jedi temple guard, which is highly suspicious. Where else would he get that?
Right.
It's very suspicious.
Because one can assume that once the Jedi temple got raided, you couldn't find that shit anywhere. Like
he's like the light side version of like Maul. He's like the light side version of like Maul, a la Crimson Dawn. Like that whole.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah. With that said, there's no reason why he would not work with Maul during all of this. Because there's no reason why Maul would want anything to do with the Empire. He would want to run away from the Empire as much as he could.
Yeah, but he's still like a Darksider.
He's still a Darksider, sure.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, I agree.
But yeah.
We already got Sam Witwer casted as a very minor background role.
Exactly.
I don't know. She voiced Darth Maul and the other things, including Solo in live action. Mm-hmm. Voiced, not portrayed. There's a difference.
What are your thoughts on Leda going through with like the
like a cult thing?
Going through it, getting married.
That was very odd. That was, I mean, something I kind of half expected. Coming out of her, considering like she doesn't agree with mother's beliefs and whatnot, and to do her own thing. Mm-hmm. all that, and that outfit did give me cult vibes, and I'm glad to see that that's a cult-ish uniform type thing.
Is it a cult?
Kind of reminds me of like a Catholic school uniform.
Yes, exactly. Because it seems like they're going with the whole Chandrila tradition of being married at like 12 or whatever age they get married off of, because Star Wars is weird about young kids and shit.
Oh god, yeah.
Because like the scene starts and Mothma is drinking hard, like she is like chugging that wine when Vel comes in. And like it sucks. And now like Mon Mothma's in deep shit, and now she's considering marrying her daughter off to Davos.
I don't think she'd approve though of like non-consent, marriage.
I don't
not consent to forced marriage.
I don't think that's a thing with their custom. It sounds like.
I don't know. I don't know if Lita would approve.
But she seems to be getting into it, like she's doing the whole rituals and stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But she hates her mother, and maybe she has to have a reason to hate her even more, right? And maybe that other reason is that, like, her being forced into marriage for her mother's own game, mind you.
Right.
So.
But it seems like though that. Again, like okay, maybe she won't approve of who she's trying to marry her off to, but it does seem like Lita's like willingly doing this whole tradition of being married off to somebody else.
I don't know. I just don't agree with that.
It's from the way Vel and Mon Mothma were talking about it when Vel shows up, it seems like she went into it willingly for whatever goddamn reason.
Guess.
And well, probably maybe Leda already had someone else in mind, which is why she's going through this tradition. And Mon's like, no, you gotta marry this guy's shithead son because I need money. Like, so my whole thing is.
Well, okay, I want to parallel Ben Solo because like. Ben Solo was born on Chandrila, right? He wasn't married off at a young age, so...
Was he born on there, really?
Yeah, he was born on Chandrila.
I did not know that.
Look him up right now on Wikipedia.
Oh no, I believe you, but I did not know that.
Ben Solo was born on Chandrila. Guess what? As a 30-year-old man, he's still not married.
Fair. But it's possible the tradition was abolished by then. That they had, maybe. It's possible. Because, so the dialogue between Vel and Mon Mothma were like, I thought this tradition was done.
I'm trying to prove my point that I think that, especially on Chandrila, I think it's really weird.
Oh, no, it's damn weird. I agree with you 100%. It's just, nothing in the series has ever been every scene has always had a reason behind it, and the way they were talking, Vel and Mon Mothma, they made it seem like she's doing this willingly. It's like they got rid of the tradition; they were no longer doing it. And Lita's like, "No, let's do this. Come on, I want to get married."
So Vel, he wasn't married at a young age either. Vel wasn't married at a young age either, and was she born in Chandrila? Possibly because they're cousins.
Right. But
so it has to be because of the cult, right?
I guess.
Not Mon Mothma was in a forced marriage, I think.
She was, yeah.
But she wasn't part of a cult or anything.
No, I don't think it's a cult. I think it's like just how their religion, could be a cult.
Yeah, it's not a cult thing. It's definitely not related to the cult. So. I'm saying she could still not approve of the forced marriage, even though
she's part of it.
In a cult. She's part of the cult.
Okay. I got you.
You know what I mean? Okay.
I got you. Okay.
I'm glad I got my point across here. Glad I got my point across. That, characters born on Chandrila aren't involved with forced marriages. Not everyone on there. Oh.
Where was I? But yeah, but it does seem like she's gonna try to marry her off to the guy's shit. We don't even know if he's a shithead, but like the guy's son. Which I think you're right. It probably will make her hate her mom more because of it.
Yep. Yep. That's my whole prediction there.
Yeah.
So.
So. Wow, we actually covered a lot. Oh yeah, so like Andor goes back to the vacation planet. I forget the name of it.
Space Miami, yeah.
Space Miami. Yes. Space Miami. And I don't know how we didn't bring it up last episode, or any of the episodes, but he still has Nemec's manifesto.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like when he opened up the little briefcase with the credits, it was still in there.
Yeah, oh my god. Has to read that at some point, right? We're gonna like
it has
find out.
The last episode has to be where he listens to it, reads it, whatever. Maybe before he goes to visit his mom, or afterwards, after the funeral.
I could have sworn, I could be 100% wrong. Didn't we also hear part of Nemec's?
We did, for like a few seconds.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was?
Tyranny is required, and then like it just stops.
Ah, oh god. It's even worse that it's like a recording.
Yeah.
The hollow recording or something. It could be like a hollow recording of Nemec.
I'm just like shocked we didn't bring it up. Like at one point we never said,
God.
"Hey, where's the manifesto? What happened to it?" We thought, listen, like we never brought it up.
Keep in mind. Also keep in mind that Elsie, I don't think still already knows Cassian's real name.
You're right.
So I don't think he wants to reveal that, he was part of the Aldani thing quite yet. Because he probably knew about Aldani.
Right. And
like mumblings with the prisoners and all that and whatnot.
And is he already part of the rebellion right now?
I don't think so. I think Melshi and Andor are like on their own.
Because like when Andor first gets to the prison planet, or when he first gets to Markina, they're asking him like, "Hey, do you know about not the rebellion?" But they asked him if you know about something else, and Melshi's like, "No, he doesn't know. He hasn't heard about it." It's like I want to say he at least.
No, I don't think Melshi is with the rebellion. I think it's too early. We're gonna see a time skip next season anyway, so I think we'll see that next season.
True, fair.
Of course, we all see him in Rogue One, so.
Unfortunately. So, the last scene in this whole crazy debacle of stuff is
Cassian finding out about his mother's death.
Okay, second to last scene is.
Oh.
Well, yeah, no. That's
the last scene. That's the last scene. What's the second to last? I don't remember.
It's basically Luthen and his fighter fighting off like the.
Oh yes.
Okay, so.
I'll talk about that. Yep.
So Luthen, he has a very interesting conversation with Clea while he is in there, basically. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about like getting like a new piece or something for their collection before another collector gets it. Yeah, so
another piece, eh?
Obviously they're speaking in code, just in case someone is listening to them. Who is this other piece that they are talking about, do you think?
Don't know. I didn't think about this before. Oh no. I don't know. Maybe something related to Jedi or Sith. I don't know. It has a theme of collecting ancient Jedi/Sith artifacts, as well as Padme's headpiece, as well as like Earth fossils, which is very strange.
Are you talking about like the Aztec calendar thing he had like chilling in in the.
The Mayan calendar, you mean?
Yeah, the Mayan calendar. Yeah.
That also very odd, and also the Indiana Jones things in Carbonite. That's also very strange. Also, I don't know. Who knows?
But it's like, obviously they're talking about someone they see. I'm going to collect a piece, and she's like, nope, don't collect it. Like it's not worth it. And he's like, but if we don't get it, like we might as well close shop. Like we're all lost. So.
What is okay?
Is it
I need to think long and hard for this.
Is it another backer, or because we've been talking about it since the beginning of this entire fucking series?
Have they?
No, we have. I'm saying is,
oh.
What if he's talking about Bail and Bail Organa?
Yeah, I mean he does get involved at some point, right? We see him being involved with the Rogue One.
Right.
Meeting Mon, yeah. He's already met her, so.
What if that's the other piece they're talking about? Like they're saying, like, oh, we need to go get Bail.
I mean, Leia also joins up too.
She does.
At some point.
Maybe he's like, yo, we gotta get the Organas because 1, we need Alderaan on our side. 2,
yes.
That's more of the inside.
Secretly, because keep in mind in Empire, not in Empire, in A New Hope, Leia pretends she's still aligned with the Empire as part of the Imperial Senate. So, makes sense that Alderaan would secretly join.
Exactly. What if that's the piece talking? Because other than that, like other than like some other type of character we don't know about yet, like maybe Darth Maul for whatever fucking reason.
Darth Maul is still around.
So if we're going,
this is pre-Crimson Dawn Maul though, so I don't know. Like, post Clone Wars, pre-Crimson Dawn, Rebels Maul, you know that Maul. He's still around, but I don't think he'll be involved.
I mean, an ally's an ally. Like,
Maul
might be a bad guy, yes, but if he's not fighting with the Empire and he's fighting against the Empire,
if he knew that Luthen was the Jedi, he wouldn't be involved.
Fair, but even Maul.
I mean, then again, Ezra and Maul teamed up at some point during the Rebels, so I don't know. Oh God. I don't think Maul will be involved in any way, shape, or I could be wrong, though.
I don't think so either. I just wanted to say it, just in case it does happen. I pray to God and hope it's not a Mace Windu.
No, he's definitely gone at this point.
I know, but every Star Wars effing fan's like, oh, bring back Mace Windu, because, it'll save the series. Blah, blah,
yes,
blah.
I know I know Samuel Jackson has expressed that he wants to return to the franchise, but I don't know. Maybe as a new character and maybe not as Windu. Like, I don't know. I'd rather see a new character he might play.
Same. But yeah, like it's just like it's dialogue that caught me very, very off guard. Very off guard, and just like who are they talking about? What do they mean? Who's so important to Luthen right now? They didn't get this guy to join them, that they would not continue on with the rebellion they're trying to build.
It could be Bail.
So it could.
What other?
It could very well be him. Like,
could it be? Hold on. Could it be? Could it be Bodhi? Or.
Oh wait.
Sherrit? Or.
Shoot.
Britain Bays, right? Because they're on the same planet as Rogue One. Hold on, in Rogue One, they're like, aren't they like on the same planet as like Saw Gerrera?
They are. So they're all on Jeddah, but Bodhi
on Jeddah.
Bodhi arrives to Jeddah after the fact, so maybe it is Bodhi. But I think Bodhi was switched and he defected because of.
I'm saying who, like, I don't know. Saw could already know about Sheraton Bays, right? In Rogue One.
Maybe.
Did he?
He didn't see.
They're on the same planet coincidentally.
He didn't seem like he did, 'cause he locked him up in Rogue One.
No, okay.
The only reason why I don't think it's Bodhi is because Bodhi was flipped by Galen Urso.
Okay.
Because they
Did we
spoke to
see
each other.
Wait, could Galen?
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe.
Because it can't be Krennic, because Krennic's straight up bad. But
Yeah.
Galen, I mean, he could secretly join.
We do know he built a weakness into the Death Star.
Yes, and he's willing to give out that information as well.
And this is 5 years prior to all of that. So it very well could be.
We could have like a Luke Skywalker level cameo in Mandalorian where we see like Galen or so show up or something.
Yeah.
Or Bail Organa, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
one of the two.
I'm leaning more towards Bail Organa, but it would be dope to see Galen Urso. It would be dope.
I'm thinking, what other person is
that
like
big? Yeah.
That big and like most important to the like rebellion, essentially. I think Galen Urso plays a big role in that, other than Bail. Just saying.
I mean, it could. If we're gonna run down the line, considering the time frame this is in, it could be Bail Organa, Galen Urso,
Hera.
That's it. Yep, that's what I was gonna say. It could be Hera. It could easily be Hera too.
Yeah.
Because they do get brought into the fold.
Hera does get brought into the fold.
Mm-hmm. So, and we do know we're gonna get live action Hera in the Ahsoka series. So
make a lot, and considering Harrison Dula is a general in the rebellion in Rogue One, because we do see Hera's name for the and we see Chopper in the background. So I don't know, Chopper will. I think they'll show up in like season 2 at most.
Right.
Because it would make a lot of sense considering season 2's most likely going to be ending right before Rogue One begins.
Right. Yeah.
Right before the events of Rogue One, I should say. So it would make a lot of sense maybe if Hera would be teased this season, maybe, and then next season we'll see her.
Mm-hmm. So we got 3 big possibilities that we could.
Actually, wait, isn't Wedge Wedge in Rebels, wasn't he a TIE pilot at first and then joined?
Yes.
The Rebellion?
Because Sabine joined
Sabine joined the Academy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like throwing all names in the hat that like are associated with the Rebellion during like Rebels, and I'm like,
right now we're like that meme from Always Sunny in Philadelphia where like he's like pointing.
To the Charlie Day, Day,
and it has like all like the papers and like the string. That's us right now. Just that's us
trying to connect Andor with the Rebels. I mean, we already have since the very beginning.
But now we're
could well likely tie into Rebels. I mean,
but now we're throwing everything we have to tie it into Rebels.
Everything
we got, we're throwing into it.
Well, Thrawn's gonna show up in season 2 of Andor. I mean, it's likely. Considering we see him in Rebels.
Yeah, that's
some
true.
Point.
And we saw what's his face at the ISB.
Yularen.
Yep, Yularen. Yep, thank you.
Yularen. Wolf Yularen. Yes, I remember his name. Because he's also like I just know that because he's technically in the Galactic Strategic Command Detachment because of his appearance in Clone Wars, and he's like a Republic officer. So yeah, fun fact. I know a lot of rebel officers, including those officers from the Clone Wars. So
nice. So obviously, Luthen gets attacked. Well, not attacked. He gets snuck up on by a very interesting looking Star Destroyer.
Oh my god, yes. The one with the... acts like a ship with 2 lightsabers.
Yep.
Darth Maul's.
Darth Maul. Darth Maul
That's
ship.
powered by like kyber crystals or something. That would be pretty dope.
What I do like is, I'm sure someone's already brought it up by now because we're recording this like on Monday the 21st, like well after the episode premiered. But yeah, it's the same design as the Colin Catwell.
Ah, rest in peace.
I know, right? The Colin Catwell Star Destroyer. Even down to like, where the satellites are.
Considering it's modeled after Star Destroyer is actually really interesting.
Actually, I think it's almost the exact same design because like you see like the tower above.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so Luthen's
What
ship...
if the Empire sees that and says, "Hey, that looks pretty cool. Let's make our own and make it bigger." You're funny.
So I gotta say, Luthen's ship and the whole Luthen, like, this whole battle scene here is very baller, for lack of a better word.
This is our first in-space fight scene in the series.
It is. Yeah, our first and only space fight scene.
TIE fighters and everything. It's pretty cool.
So, he had these... So...
We don't know if it's first and only. I mean, we could see something like this in Season 2. I don't know.
True. But this scene here is also another scene that tells me that Luthen has to be a Jedi. Because Jedi were really good pilots.
Dude, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
They were really good pilots. He had all these crazy like countermeasures on the ship, like those nails that flew out and took out that dish that had like the tractor beam on it, and he took out 4 TIE fighters like nothing. Like nothing. Like he shot 2 down, then he used like the Darth Maul saber thing you're talking about to take out the other 2. Like he's gotta be. This scene tells us he has to be a fucking Jedi, or he was a fucking Jedi. Like, he's too good at being a pilot.
I swear, if we're both right about this, I'm gonna lose it.
He has to be, dude. Because, yeah, okay. Like, space travel's a big part.
Don't tell us anything about his past, and very suspicious.
They really...
They didn't tell us Reva's past.
Until the last 2 episodes.
Until the last 2 episodes,
yeah.
Exactly. You're right about Rev being a former Jedi Padawan turned into a freaking Inquisitor.
So honestly, like, I am convinced, we're both convinced that he was a Jedi.
Force sensitive at least.
Because, alright, space travel is a big part of Star Wars in this universe. We agree on that. But to be as good as he was, take out 4 TIE fighters by himself. He's had practice.
Yeah.
A lot of practice.
Sure.
So
could have been old enough to be like a Jedi General at least.
He could have been. So he's like what, 60 something right now, maybe?
Oh, how old is
the actor? Let's find out.
Actor.
How old?
Should be like 60 something, right? He's 60 years old, maybe. I guess.
Nope, it's not Bill Skarsgård. It's how old?
Bill Skarsgård. Yes.
He is 71 years old.
71? Wow, I thought he was younger.
Right? So
so if he's the same age as his character, then like, how old would he have been like?
He would have been 56 at the end of the Clone Wars during Order 66.
Maybe he could have been a Jedi Master.
He could have been. There's no reason why he wouldn't have been. Because Jedi stay Jedi until they just can't do it anymore, you know?
And if the theory of him wielding a lightsaber, or that thing being a lightsaber is true, like that, it could have been a very old lightsaber, and like considering actor's age, like. Yeah.
No, I agree. Like, it could be a very, like...
He could have been around during, like, Phantom Menace, or, like, even further back, like...
Well, look at Count Dooku. Now, Count Dooku was, like, up there in age.
Yeah, Count Dooku, Wait, how old was Count Dooku in?
Let's find out.
Oh my god. We're like connecting the dots. They're trying to connect the dots here.
How old was Count Dooku when he died? He was 83 years old when he finally died in Attack of the Clones.
So Luthen,
Revenge of the Sith.
Luthen and Dooku have like a 10-ish year time. Like if we were to assume that Luthen is the same age as the actor, like they have a 10-year difference. So like Luthen could have been around when like Qui-Gon was Padawan, for God's sake. Like I'll see that in Tales of the Jedi. Like that's how old Count Dooku is.
How old was Qui-Gon Jinn when he died? Qui-Gon was 60 when he died. Qui-Gon Jinn was already a 60-year-old dude when he passed away in The Phantom Menace. So, if we're going by, what the hell did I say? Wait, he was 72? The actor?
Actor? Yes.
And Phantom Menace happened how many years, BBY?
Oh god. We're Charlie Daying this.
I know, we were Charlie Daying hard. Hang on.
That's a Wikipedia thing.
So minus 15, so 72. 15 was the end of Clone Wars, so he was 57. Minus another 10 years, give or take. Because Anakin was 9 during the Phantom Menace.
Anakin was 9.
He would have been 47 during the events of the Phantom Menace.
Dude.
It puts him at, I'm telling you, it puts him at that.
More convinced he's a Jedi Master now, rather than like a
Temple Guard?
Right, Temple Guard. I think Temple Guards, are younger.
I agree, yeah.
Younger
I think so.
people.
But he really, he fucking...
Dude.
He has to be. I cannot be convinced otherwise.
And Clea, and we suspected Clea was like 12. She's the same age as the actress.
So
like,
she could either A, she was his Padawan,
6.
or B, she was just a Padawan that he saved on the way out.
It's very likely because I think we kind of suspected Grogu was saved by some Jedi. So,
I mean,
what if it's Luthen?
It could be. It very well could be.
If we want to connect the Mandalorian into all this convoluted nonsense.
It's all here on the wall, man. Just look at it. It'll make sense. It's all right here.
And Dave, I hope you make this a meme. All of our all of our Andor speculations and whatnot, on the wall. Please make that a meme. That would actually be really funny.
I gotta Photoshop one of our faces on Charlie Day's, just maybe mine, just because it's but
yeah, do I don't know.
Hang on, I gotta write this down. Okay.
The birth of a meme, I swear. Should have done this ages ago, but I mean, we're getting a season 2, so might as well do it now than later, right?
That's true. Charlie Day conspiracy meme.
It's all about Luthen. Luthen and Clea.
I know, right? Okay.
I think it was mostly about Luthen and Clea's ages and whatnot.
So last but not least on our meandering world of weird shit is Andor and I forget his name again. Melshi? No.
Melshi.
Andor finds out that Marva passed away, which gives us that very terrible final, not terrible, but very sad last image of Andor.
Mm-hmm. I was honestly expecting him to break down into tears.
Same. Which
because Marva, as far as we saw, was his only guardian.
She was, yeah.
In the same way, to me was to Anakin. If you think about it.
And we saw more emotion.
Anakin. What's that?
We saw more emotion come out of Anakin, if anything. When when Shimi died. So that tells us a lot, and it's like, and what I mean by that is, and you're right, Andor should have broken down, but he didn't, which means this boy has seen a lot of terrible things. If this was just another tragedy or bad news to him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it reminds me of when Aunt Beru and Owen died in that like house fire in A New Hope, and Luke reacted as he didn't break down, he was just in shock.
Yeah. I mean, Andor might break down at the funeral when he sees like the brick in the wall, because I guess that's what they do on Ferrix, maybe.
Another brick in the wall. Pink Floyd. Referencing Pink Floyd. I actually did think about that song when someone in a Discord server I'm in brought up, oh, this reminds me of a Pink Floyd song, and I immediately thought of Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. So,
yeah, he might break down, he might not. Him and Melshi kind of like take off and do their own thing. They separate.
do you want to add that shirt design? The shirt fabric design reminds me of the Narcana 5 prison. The outside.
So somebody...
It's shaped like that, yeah.
So somebody on Reddit was saying that shape keeps on showing up in this entire series. And that everybody is like pretty much in their own prison at some point with that shape. So...
Yeah, because in a shot of like Mon Mothma we saw like a hexagonal shape.
And the same thing with Sarah. When he's in the office, like the cubicles are shaped the same type of shape.
I saw that. I think I saw that post somewhere else though. I remember seeing a post like that.
So it's like, I mean, we're no longer seeing that shape now. I guess because like Melshi, I guess is like still in his own prison if they're trying to really go with that shape.
Yes.
Because Andor's not wearing that shirt, ain't wearing that shape, so he's like stuck in his own world pretty much.
I mean, he technically broke out of prison, but is still in prison because he's probably going to be looked for now by the Empire.
Looked for, or
I don't know. Like they both like broke out of prison, which obviously they weren't supposed to do, and the Empire could be well on a manhunt for both of them at this point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So technically not free, if you know what I mean, right?
Right.
Especially Cassian. So
with that said, my friends, do you have any other closing thoughts on this episode?
Okay, the ending shot of like him, like Cassian looking out at the sunset on a beach. Very sad parallel between Cassian's death and Rogue One and that scene. And that is a very bad parallel. I mean, very good parallel, but a very sad one.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah. You're right. I didn't even notice that.
Andor experiences traumas on beaches. Hashtag never let Andor be on a... Hashtag no Cassian, no trauma on beaches for Cassian. Because he finds out that his mother died on a beach, and he gets arrested on a beach, and then he later dies on a beach.
Son of a beach. Like...
I'm telling you.
Quick prediction for next episode.
Prediction. I'm hoping Luthen's a Jedi. That would be pretty dope. A Jedi Master.
Same.
Leia's the Padawan. Cassian's definitely going to show up to the funeral. The Empire's definitely also going to show up to the funeral. It's going to be hella awkward. Everybody on Ferrix and, you know. Also, Vale and Cinta will probably be there also, considering it's the season finale. Probably lots of death.
Yeah.
Funeral. Very ironic, but I mean... I literally don't know anything. I literally don't know how this is going to end, considering we're getting a season 2. We don't know the fates of most of these characters other than Cassian, Melshi, Mon Mothma, Loren, because we see him in A New Hope. Aguilera, and I think that's it.
I'm hoping we see Cyril die horribly, or at least get like, because he's so annoying. He's so goddamn annoying, and he stole from his
He
mom.
could very well die. I mean, Deidre could very well kill him.
Mm-hmm. Or even Andor, just like a little sweet revenge. He goes to get Andor. Ah, I got you. Ah, and Andor just takes him out easily. Because again, he couldn't catch Andor with a whole garrison of like security.
That would be a full circle moment with him killing Daryl, a former.
It would. The guy who literally started all this shit. If it wasn't for Cyril, if it wasn't for Cyril doing the hit, just going after Andor, probably none of this would ever happened.
Yeah.
None of it.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but I think it would have been it's just different. But I agree with your predictions. I do hope we see like Luthen as a Jedi that gets revealed, and Clea as Padawan.
God, I hope Vale doesn't die. I hope she at least I hope she still shows up in season 2 at least.
Same.
I know we don't see her in the movies, and that's really sad to think about. But I don't know.
We'll see. Anywho, friends, that is it for us tonight. Let us know what you think of the episode down below in the comments. Give us a like and follow. It helps us out very much. If you want to find us on social media, you can find us on Instagram at Ilum Radio. You can still find us on Twitter at Ilum Radio for now until the entire...
Somehow Twitter's still alive.
Yep, you can still find us there as long as it doesn't burn to the ground.
Should make a... What's that social media that everyone on Twitter has been talking about?
Oh, there's two. There's Mastodon, and there's another one. But I forget the other one.
Because I saw a couple podcasts make accounts on that.
We should.
Honestly make another one.
Next episode, you might find us on a new social media platform. Possibly, we'll see.
I'll still be active on Instagram, so
that's true. If you guys want to give us a story idea or something you want us to talk about specifically, send us an email to ilumradiopodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to find us directly and talk to us and hang out with us, Millie, where can they find you?
Twitter is still around and not in shambles. You can find me on Twitter at @me_Halprin. Twitter does die and you still want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram at Millie_Halprin, as well as TikTok at the same username.
If you guys want to follow me, you can find me for now on Twitter as well, before it burns down, at @TheBeardedMenace. You can also follow me on Instagram at DaveTheBeardedMenace. TikTok, DaveTheBeardedMenace. I'm actually finally posting stuff on there now. It's weird random stuff, but I'm posting things on there. And if you want to hang out with myself and Millie during a live stream, I usually stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/DaveTheBeardedMenace. You'll find me either gaming or building a Gundam, and you'll find Millie in the chat.
Sometimes, whenever I'm not busy or at work, so.
Yeah. You'll find her either doing some moderator work or completely derailing the stream by bringing up Star Wars news, which happens quite often.
Yeah. Oh, that whole Twitter thing, I saw a meme someone posted about. They paralleled it with Narcana 5 and stuff. Narcana 5 prison and how employee I don't know. I have the meme saved somewhere, but yeah, it's parallel to that. I don't know. You know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean. Anywho, friends, that's it for us. As always, be easy, stay frosty, and may the Force be with you. Take care, guys.